Hey everyone, it's Robert, the Director of Sales and Marketing for CO2 Monitoring. And today, we're joined by Elliott Levine, the Director of Sales and Products over at Cyl-Tec. How's it going, Elliott?
Hey, Robert, doing well. It's great to see you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So if you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Elliott Levine. I've been working here at Cyl-Tec for going on 13 years. A few years ago, got promoted to Director of Sales and Products, which has been awesome. I've been learning a lot. I have an engineering background, so when I started, I really helped Cyl-Tec with our, quality control, design of tanks and cryogenic tanks and compliance and all sorts of stuff, and always helped with technical sales. And now, I help lead a great sales team.
Fantastic. And so what's Cyl-Tec's role in sort of the CO2 industry as a whole?
Well, Cyl-Tec actually just started as a small cylinder recertification company. So that was back in the early 90s. And, when Tom Bennett came along, he had the idea of let's sell new cylinders for the ones that we fail. And so Cyl-Tec started selling new cylinders, high pressure steel at that time. And it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And so now our product line is not just high pressure steel, but it's also aluminum and cryogenic tanks and acetylene. And with the aluminum CO2s, and we have BevCarb cryogenics. So that's really what helped us launch into the beverage space.
Well, that's great. So what's in the future for you then?
Well, the future for the whole company is actually really bright. A few years ago, we became 100% employee owned. So that's been a really, really cool benefit for the employees. And we've been working on open book management and teaching our employees about financial literacy. So the future is bright for everybody because now that we're all employee owners, we're using that positivity and strength to help run the business.
Well, that's awesome. So how do you see the CO2 industry as a whole evolving, and where do you see Cyl-Tec's role in that evolution?
Well, it's a great question. First off, the CO2 industry has really got a big bounce back since COVID. Since during COVID, obviously wasn't a fun time for bars and restaurants. But now sales are back up. Bars and restaurants are back open. And so what we've really seen is as BevCarb tanks get more and more popular, they're kind of eating the business of the smaller aluminum, like 20-pound cylinders. And same idea for bulk. Now that microbreweries have gotten very big and, grow operations for cannabis have also getting more and more popular. So now even the big tanks are coming in, the bulk tanks. And those are, again, kind of eating the smaller tanks. So big tanks are getting more popular, but they do eat some of that population of the smaller tanks out there. So that really benefits Cyl-Tec because we've worked really hard to have a full product line for CO2 in general. So we have the small aluminum cylinders. We have the beverage, the BCs that hold 500, 700 pounds of liquid CO2 for bars and restaurants. But we do have small bulk and bulk tanks also. So pretty much no matter what the demand is for the industry, we have a solution.
Okay, so let's switch gears here for a second and talk more about what our partnership looks like. So where did that all start? How did you guys meet Ronald Longley, and how did we end up creating this partnership?
Yeah, great question. So Cyl-Tec, first off, was always looking to flesh out our product line that we just talked about. So we want to have a solution for the whole industry, including CO2 monitoring. And luckily enough, Tom Bennett helped, and we found Aerosphere, which is a great solution in the industry. It was really cool when we came to first visit you guys and we saw where you're actually making the CO2 monitors in Las Vegas. I mean, that really blew us away, seeing you guys making the circuit boards, doing all the assembly, being ISO certified and making just a great product in the US was something that really excited us and differentiates you guys from some of the competition. So we were kind of hooked right when we met you guys and saw that facility tour from the first time. We knew the product was good.
Fantastic. Well, I love the origin story. And it's very interesting because you guys are out in Chicago and we're out here in Las Vegas, and it's awesome that you guys got to come and see our facility. And even though we have a large separation by geography, we get to see each other in person quite a lot. So can you tell me more about that?
Absolutely. I mean, what's been great with the partnership is we do trade shows together. So IBDEA, GATA events, other trade show events in the industry. So we do get to see each other quite a few times a year, which is phenomenal because we get along very well and have a good time. Even at IBDEA this year in 2024, we did a tour at your facility because the show was in Las Vegas. So we helped organize with you guys and got a tour bus and brought customers from the industry to come see where the CO2 monitors are being made in Vegas, and that was a really awesome trip.
Yeah, and we really appreciate you guys coming out and helping us set that up. And so what was the feedback that you got from the people who came?
Yeah, I mean, first off, you guys did a great job hosting it. There were food and drinks, so people were happy to be there. But people were very impressed with the operation, of course. And, Ron Longley, your president of your company, super knowledgeable when it comes to compliance. So he does a great job of helping educate our customer base. And I think people really left with a lot of new knowledge that night after the tour, not just how the monitors are made, but how they're used and the compliance that they support. So.
Fantastic. Yeah, Ronald Longley, our president, likes to talk a lot about the CO2 compliance of both nationally and locally. And I think there are many opportunities that he gets to do that, one of which would be the Bulk CO2 University that you guys host at your facility.
Yes, so we do host a new training called Bulk CO2 University. It's focused on sales, teaching our industry how to sell bulk CO2 in the market. We partnered with Ray Greco, who's a great instructor. And, Ron Longley also is a guest host who does sponsor the events, and he does a great piece on the compliance. So, that's one of the topics we hit in this training and teaching, these sales professionals, hey, how you can sell bulk CO2 monitors out there. Restaurants and bars need it. Gas distributors, it's an option for them to sell it and make some extra money while keeping people safe and following compliance.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really important that everybody knows that you can have this if you have it safely. Well, that's fantastic. Yeah, and we hear a lot of wonderful things about the Bulk CO2 University on our end. What sort of feedback do you get on yours, particularly with Ron's class?
Yeah, one great thing about Ron is he's an amazing presenter. He's very captivating. He's very energetic. So a lot of students, leave with that's one of the most memorable things from that training class. Not only just from how much they learn, but just from how entertaining Ron is, and he does such a great job teaching while making it fun.
Yeah, fantastic. Ron certainly knows how to have a good time.
Yes, he does.
Nice. And so what's sort of your personal experience working with CO2 monitoring as a whole?
Yeah, we become very close very quickly. CO2 monitoring is a small family-owned business, and Cyl-Tec before it was employee-owned was also a small family-owned business. So we really hit it off with you, with Ron, with Ron's son Luke. And we've even done some fun extracurricular trips. We've done fishing trips. We did bring customers on the fishing trip, but
it's always business.
Always some business in there, but we like to have fun also. So it's been a great partnership.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I've certainly had a good time. And I can only speak for myself, but I think everyone else has also had a good time. So, yeah, our relationship with Cyl-Tec has been fantastic, and the personal relationship on top of that just makes everything better.
Absolutely, totally agree.
Well, that's great to hear. So what has the response been from Cyl-Tec's customer base about our Aerosphere system?
It's been extremely positive. As you know, we sell to gas distributors. So these are the companies that are doing the install. So one of the first things they notice and that they love is how easy the unit is to install. So that really makes it shine compared to some of the competition. And another big thing is, different cities or fire marshals can want that unit to respond a different way in a certain situation. So Aerosphere has done a great job making the unit easily customizable. So you can go in there for a fire marshal and change a setting very, very easily on the spot, make them happy, and everybody wins. So from the install to the ease of use to the customization makes it a great unit.
Yeah, that's great to hear, especially because Ronald Longley, the president of CO2 monitoring, was also the inventor of our CO2 monitoring system, the Aerosphere. And the whole reason he even started is because he needed to be customizable and he needed to be easy to install, because he was the general contractor before making these installations and getting frustrated and pulling his hair out and spending all this money. So it's good to hear that we've been able to solve that problem on our end.
Absolutely.
Well, that's fantastic. And as the CO2 monitoring product line expands, we like to share that expansion with Cyl-Tec as well. One example being the Aerosphere CO2 cabinet, which is an up-and-coming product on our end that we've started to talk about selling with you.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just another example, fleshing out the product lines and having more stuff on the shelf to offer. So yeah, we're excited about that. It's definitely needed in the industry. Some bars and restaurants, it's required, but to put that big CO2 tank covered in a cage to make sure people can't get to it, is just another awesome product we're excited about.
Well, we'd love to hear that. Thank you very much. Well, thank you so much, Elliott, for doing this, and we really look forward to our continued partnership, our continued work together, and we look forward to seeing you in person.
Yeah, great talking to you, Robert. Thanks again for the time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Elliott. If you enjoyed this exclusive video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Call 1-833-SENSOR-4 for all your CO2 compliance needs. Thank you.